Best for last, Duck, Duck, Goose. This is called Bucks Choose. Joy, tee me up. Here we go.
All right. Which team will have a higher ranked offense, the Tampa Bay Bucks or the Milwaukee Bucks?
That's probably, if they're all that easy, I would go with the Tampa Bay Bucks. They were number 3 last year in yards, number 3 in offense, and that's with a lot of turnovers. They've added Brady, they've added Gronk, they've added Shady McCoy, they fixed their right tackle situation. They're going to be a much more efficient offense, and that should mean more yards and more scoring. And their receivers and their tight ends are still young, so these are ascending players. So that's an easy one. Buccaneers.
Which team will have the higher ranked defense, the Bucks or the Bucks?
I would say the Milwaukee Bucks, simply because they won't face as many high-powered offenses. I think the Tampa Bay Bucks defense is good, but Drew Brees twice, Matt Ryan twice, Teddy Bridgewater and Matt Rule twice is a handful. I think Tampa Bay also faces Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. I like Tampa's defense, but they are facing, just this. Mahomes, Rodgers, Brees twice, Matt Ryan twice. That's 5 Super Bowl, Pro Bowl level quarterbacks. So Bucks don't face nearly as many offensive threats in the East.
Which team will have more wins, the Tampa Bay Bucks regular season or the Milwaukee Bucks postseason?
It'll be close, probably Milwaukee Bucks postseason. If the Milwaukee Bucks get to the finals, that's 12 wins. Just getting to the finals, right, would be 12. If they won 2 games in the finals, that would be like 4. Even if they lost the finals and won 2 games in the finals, the Milwaukee Bucks would have 14 postseason wins. I am very high on the Tampa Bay Bucks, but not that high.
Okay. Which team is more likely to win their conference, the Tampa Bay Bucks or the Milwaukee Bucks?
More likely the Milwaukee Bucks, because, again, Toronto lost Kawhi, and now Gordon Hayward's out for a month for Boston. So those are big offensive pieces. It's not that the Buccaneers, they just have a harder road. In the NBA, the Eastern Conference is much easier than the Western Conference. In the NFL, Tom Brady's now in the NFC, which is much thicker than the AFC. AFC, you get Ravens, Chiefs up top. Then it's a lot of you don't know. In the NFC, I don't think the Rams are going to make the playoffs, and I think they have the second best young coach in football, the best defensive lineman in football, may have the best, second best, third best receiving core in football. So I just think the NFC's thick.
Which team is more likely to win the title in 2020, the Tampa Bay Bucks or the Milwaukee Bucks?
The Tampa Bay Bucks. I'm picking them for the Super Bowl. Tom's been there before, and I do think they're just missing the quarterback. I don't think they have. Special teams worry me in close games, but they're offensively they just need a quarterback, and defensively they were excellent. And again, my problem is I haven't seen the Tampa Bay Bucks, so I can go on hope and optimism. I'm watching the Milwaukee Bucks in the bubble.
Yeah.
I'm watching Milwaukee last night or yesterday. I watched Milwaukee at the end of the regular season. They do not have a number 2 go-to star that I think can take over games. I think Chris Middleton can drop 24 in any night, but I don't think he's a take over a game in a series guy.
You are so high on the Tampa Bay Bucks.
I am.
What will be higher, Brady's touchdown passes this season or Giannis's points per game this postseason?
Yeah, Giannis, there's so many people scoring in the bubble right now. I think it's going to be Tom Brady. Tom Brady's touchdowns or more. First of all, his over-under is like 30. Fox Bet. I think it's 29.5.
I would take the over on that.
Yeah, so it's basically 30 on Fox Bet, and whereas Giannis is scoring about 29 a game. And I also think for Giannis, if Toronto's very good defensively, and the Clippers are very good defensively, so 2 of the next 3 teams Giannis is going to play are really going to give him problems. Kawhi gave him problems last year with Toronto. So the Celtics don't match up with Giannis at all, but Toronto does and the Clippers do, and so I think Giannis's average could come down.
Which team is more likely to still have their MVP in 2022? Tampa Bay Bucks or Milwaukee Bucks?
Tampa Bay Bucks, because Tom's not going to play for 1 year. Brady's going to play probably 2, maybe 3. Giannis is a free agent. And if they don't get to the finals, and I don't think they match up particularly well with Toronto. Now that Fred VanVleet is playing this well, and Siakam's playing this well, those guys are ascending. I'm not sure Milwaukee gets past Toronto. I didn't believe that pre-bubble. I do now. I've watched Toronto in the bubble. I've watched Milwaukee. I think Toronto's going to beat them. I really do. Now, Gordon Hayward being out, I would take Milwaukee over Boston. Boston doesn't match up particularly well with Toronto, with Milwaukee. So I would say I would choose the Tampa Bay Bucs.
Which team star will win more titles in the 2020s? Tampa Bay Bucks or Milwaukee Bucks?
Well, Tampa Bay, because they'll win one. I think Brady's got one more Super Bowl.
And you don't think Giannis will win a...
No, I don't. I think Giannis...
Even if he leaves?
Well, no, if he leaves, then he's not a Milwaukee Buck.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think Giannis is going to win titles.
So if he stays with the Bucks, you don't think the Bucks will win a title?
No, I don't. I think they have a major... I think this is the year to win, and because I think the East is weaker this year.
I think all the pressure is on Milwaukee this year.
So I think some of the reasons Milwaukee's not playing well. You know, Giannis talked about that weird soundbite we didn't get. Some of it's just... I think they feel the pressure. I think Middleton feels it, that he knows. Chris Middleton's been around the NBA. He knows he has to be huge. He knows what's riding on this, and I think Giannis feels the pressure. Oh, I'm the MVP. They're going to get past Orlando, but when Giannis comes out and says it feels different here, it's like, time out. That's not what I want to hear the MVP say. James Harden was energized. John Morant was energized. Dame Lillard, Devin Booker, these young kids are like, let's go every night, play hard. I don't like Giannis saying, I don't know, it's uncomfortable here. I don't love that. Don't love it. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.